Those energies built in momentum until we passed through the Lion's Gate. Now, the Lion's Gate is a portal of light that is activated for this period of time every year above the pyramids in Egypt. And it consists of two majestic lions, the symbol of Leo, which is the heart center, the heart-based patterns of divine courage. And when you face the Lion's Gate in the heavenly realms, the lion on the west, or the left side rather, is the lion representing yesterday and the past. The lion on the right is the lion representing tomorrow and the future. And as we pass through the Lion's Gate and receive that light of the strength of the heart every year, we draw forth the energies of creation in the eternal moment of now, allowing us to release the past and create the patterns that we are going to be empowering for the future. But this year was different. This year, because of all of the things we have been through, we reached a critical mass that allowed us to ascend through the Lion's Gate, which is a multi-dimensional portal of light, into infinitely higher frequencies of the Lion's Gate than we have ever experienced. And when that occurred, when the earth ascended through the Lion's Gate, the old gate was etherealized back into unformed primal light substance. This is a gate reverberating at the third and fourth and the initial impulse of the fifth dimensional frequencies that we've been blessed with until we got to this particular moment. That unformed primal light is transformed back into its magnificent pure light in the heavenly realms, sealing the old gate, and the earth and all her life moved into the full embrace of the fifth dimensional patterns of the new earth. This allowed the I am presence of every person to integrate at an atomic cellular level into our earthly bodies. Now, our I am presence has always existed in the fifth dimension. It has never stepped into denser frequencies. Instead, it projected a step-down reflection of itself into the fourth dimension, which was called the solar Christ presence, and then into the third dimension, which was called the planetary Christ presence. But now those two aspects of our identity have ascended into the full embrace of our fifth dimensional I am presence. And that occurred through the period of time building up to the birth of the new earth in 2012. Since that time, our I am presence has been projecting minuscule fractions of itself, step by step, the maximum that we could safely receive through our physical, etheric, mental, and emotional earthly bodies. But what has taken place now is that collectively, through the ascending consciousness of the masses of humanity, and even though we look in the outer world and it looks like chaos, those fragmented, fear-based patterns of humanity's miscreations have relatively insignificant power over the monumental influx of divine light that's flowing into the earth through our heart flames in our newly activated 12 fifth dimensional solar strands of DNA and our activated fifth dimensional 12-fold chakra systems, which are now being activated within every person. So we reached a critical mass that allowed the I am presence to integrate at an atomic cellular level into the physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies of every person on earth. So now this I am presence is able to gently accelerate our bodies. And we are going to be able to transfigure our bodies from the carbon-based planetary bodies of the fifth, third, and fourth dimensional frequencies into the fifth dimensional crystalline-based frequencies of the new Earth. And you know, when we talk about the ascension process, we know in these higher frequencies of the new Earth, and even in the biblical talk of Revelations, they said in the new heaven and the new earth, there'll be no aging and no disease and no pain and suffering and no war and no poverty and all of the maladies, because those frequencies of energy cannot exist in the fifth dimension, because the fifth dimension is a crystalline-based reality that vibrates at higher frequencies that these discorded patterns cannot exist in. So just to grasp the magnitude of what has happened, the old Lion Gate that still had a passageway from the old Earth to the new Earth as we were moving forward, that gate has been permanently sealed and etherealized back into light. Never again will the Earth and the Earth evolutions descend into those lower frequencies. And the I am presence of every person has integrated into their physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies. So now this part of us, we still have free will. So we can ignore that inner prompting of our heart, that divine guidance. But what's going to happen now is that when we try to act out of those old etheric patterns from our fear-based fallen human ego, the pain and the suffering and the greed, it's not going to feel the same. We're going to have twinges of consciousness, twinges of compassion, of knowing that this is just not right. You know, we used to have those feelings, and people probably still do, of the angel sitting on the right shoulder and the devil sitting on the left shoulder, and that being our conscience that tells us, yes, do it if it's bad, and no, don't do it if it's good. Well, that's really the kind of shift that is going to be taking place within us. And we're not going to be experiencing the elation that we experienced by greed and corruption, because all of those things, the prejudice, the war, the greed, corruption, poverty, abuse of power, is all based in fear. And that doesn't exist through our I am presence. So they're no longer going to be making us feel safer when we hoard our money and make people suffer or enslave people to work for us while we're gathering billions and billions of dollars. That's not going to feel okay, but it is going to feel wonderful for us to take those billions and billions of dollars and add to the light of the world by assisting the masses of humanity to lift up in consciousness to fulfill their full divine potential and their God self. So now what is happening is we are just being asked to assist the masses of humanity to move into a frequency where now that their I am presence is integrated at a cellular level, and this has happened for every person on earth, because of this critical mass and because we are one and there is no separation. We have collectively moved forward into this frequency. And even though some of them may be kicking and screaming through this activity of their I am presence within them, their I am presence is gently and lovingly loving them into a higher vibration where they can feel safe enough to know that they can let go of all of those fear-based things they thought they needed for their survival, so that they can move up into the oneness and infinite abundance of the heavenly realms.
Beautiful. Wow. I just feel my whole body shifting as you speak. It's very visceral for me, and it's really interesting to feel that the transmission that's coming through. I feel like, is so much more. I mean, the words are wonderful, and then there's just this energetic frequency that comes along with them. It's very powerful.
And that's exactly what's happening for each of us as our I am presence makes itself more tangibly known. And then the whole company of heaven floods us with their light through our I am presence.
So beautiful. I want to make sure we have time now to do you have an activity of light. Is that what you call it? It's loving all life free.
Yes, it's just a wonderful activity of light that the beings of light have given us that we've been doing literally for decades. But now, with the I am presence fully integrated into everybody, it's moved to a whole new level of effectiveness and frequency. So if it feels comfortable just to allow everyone to join with us in consciousness and follow me through this visualization, and just breathing in deeply, going within to the divinity of your heart, listening to these words that have been given to us by the company of heaven, and following through this with the full power of your I am presence, your attention, and your divine intentions. Breathing in deeply, and as you exhale, just go within to the divinity of your heart flame. This is stated in the first person so that we can each experience it personally. But we are one with the I am presence of every man, woman, and child on earth. And we are simultaneously invoking this light on behalf of every person through their I am presence, who will receive it and utilize it in perfect alignment with each person's divine plan and their very highest good. I am my I am presence, and I am one with the I am presence of every person on earth. As one unified heart, we invoke our Father, Mother, God, and the entire company of heaven to help us raise every person on earth from a consciousness of separation and duality into a consciousness of oneness and reverence for all life. This is being accomplished by every person's I am presence in perfect alignment with his or her divine plan and the highest good for all concerned. Beloved Father, Mother, God, we ask that you now expand your divine love, which is pulsating within the divinity of every person's newly calibrated spiritual brain centers and heart flame. Allow your love to flow through each person's fifth dimensional heart chakra until it envelops the entire planet Earth, greatly intensifying our planetary grid of transfiguring and comprehensive divine love. As this unfathomable influx of light bathes the earth, every facet of life is lifted into a higher order of being. Each person's I am presence now creates a sacred space in which they are able to open their fifth dimensional crown chakra of enlightenment to full breadth. This allows each person to ascend ever higher into the awakened state of divine consciousness. As this occurs, multidimensional and multifaceted fifth dimensional crystalline solar light expands from the heart of our Father, Mother, God into every cell of humanity's earthly bodies, allowing the I am presence of every person to take full dominion of their physical, etheric, mental, and emotional bodies at an atomic, cellular level. Now, all is in readiness. Through their I am presence, every person on earth is participating at both inner and outer levels to this activity of light, which is raising the consciousness of the masses of humanity and assisting every person to shift from the illusion of separation and duality into the reality of oneness and reverence for all life. I now reach up into the infinity of my own divine consciousness. As I am lifted up, all of humanity is lifted up with me. In this frequency of divine consciousness, I see that humanity's free will is becoming one with God's will. The I am presence of each person now affirms, I am ready to love all life free. Instantaneously, I see the truth of every person on earth. I see all of my sisters and brothers in the family of humanity, even the most recalcitrant souls, as precious sons and daughters of God, no matter how far their behavior patterns or their life experiences may be from reflecting that truth. I perceive all of the painful human miscreations associated with my sisters and brothers as innocent primordial energy entering my awareness now to be transmuted back into light and loved free. I happily greet all of these children of God and all of their misqualified energy the same way my Father, Mother God would greet them. I greet them with love from within the embrace of eternal peace, detachment, God confidence, and supreme authority. Within an invincible force field of God's infinite love, I take my sisters and brothers into the kingdom of heaven within my heart flame, and I hold them in my arms of light as I would an injured child. They cannot overwhelm me or control me in any way, nor do I need to fear them or shun them. I simply hold them and love them until they surrender to the love of God, desiring on their own to enter the kingdom of heaven within the divinity of their own heart flame. Now, rather than feeling rejected and thus perpetuating their negative behavior patterns, my sisters and brothers feel accepted and loved as the innate sons and daughters of God they are. They voluntarily release themselves into the light, and they begin to know that they are one with all life. I rejoice that every person and their unascended energies are at long last finding their way home, and I release myself into the peace of knowing my I am presence is handling all imperfection perfectly. As these precious ones surrender to the light, they remember that they are beloved sons and daughters of God. With this sacred knowledge, they once again find their proper place in the family of humanity. In perfect divine order, they are set free to live and co-create the patterns of love, oneness, and reverence for all life on the new earth. And so it is. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am that I am. Feeling this exquisite light secured within the heart flame of every single person on earth, giving each one's I am presence full access to their earthly bodies to reflect the divine love and the heart-based patterns of perfection, reverence, oneness through their earthly bodies. Feeling this energy secured, gently breathe in deeply and return your consciousness to the room. Inhaling, exhaling, and when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Thank you, blessed ones.
Wow, thank you, Patricia. That was amazing.
Well, you're certainly welcome. We are all so blessed to be here, and I am so grateful for you and for the light you're adding to the world through this wonderful series of seminars and this powerful activity of light. I'll just quickly say that we are moving toward the fulfillment of this whole expression of time out. And it doesn't mean that all the coronavirus and everything will be complete by that time. But we are working toward a planetary reboot, which is moving the Earth into a whole new timeline. And that will take place October 17th through the 22nd in October. And so all of this incredible activity that you're adding to the world through the month of September is part of that preparation. And there are infinite activities of light going on all over the planet. This is going to be accomplished. We have an annual World Congress on Illumination, and this is the 34th annual World Congress on Illumination. For the first time, it's going to be virtual instead of a physical event in the outer world. And it's going to be free and open to the world, anybody on the planet. We're going to do this, and we're getting it set up. So you can go to our website, eraofpeace.org, and register so that you can have the information for attending. And we will have it available. It'll build in momentum for those 6 days. And during that time, the Earth will go through a planetary reboot. And the beings of light said the closest we have to describing that is what we do when our computer has crashed and fragmented and fallen apart. We reboot it, and it reboots into a whole new alignment and to a whole new calibration and reconnecting all the circuitry into a whole new movement. And that's what's happening as we do a planetary reboot into the fifth dimensional new Earth, which will be a quantum shift to move us forward for all of the events that will be taking place this decade.
Wow, that's incredible. So I'll be sure to link your website with so people can get access to that. All of those, are they meditations or talks or?
It'll be, it's going to be live. What happens is the beings of light guide us day by day, because what can be accomplished one day is contingent on how much light was added to the world the day before. So it's going to be a 2-hour event that takes place every morning. We're going to have it, but it'll be available as it's live at the moment, but it'll be available on YouTube immediately after that, so that people, no matter where you are, and of course we work in the eternal moment of now, so nobody has to be up in the middle of the night to be participating, but it'll be guided visualizations, and I'll share the information from the beings of light to accomplish whatever the mission is for that day, which will be the next step of the reboot. And then it'll be victoriously accomplished on the 22nd of October, the final day of the World Congress.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Patricia, for your generosity. And you give so much and you serve at such a high level. And all of your content is available for free on your website, on your YouTube. You're so generous, and we all appreciate that so much. And just the level of information, or the quality of what you bring through, is so powerful and so high. Every word you say, I can feel it, and it's just amazing. So just know how much I appreciate you and all you've done for all your entire, lifetime here, and everybody watching, I know, appreciates you so much. So I want to thank you just from the bottom of my heart for all you've done and continue to do for us.
Well, thank you, Shayla. I'm so grateful for you and for all the wonderful people joining us in consciousness or on the replays or whatever. This is such a powerful time, and it is an exquisite honor for me to be able to join hearts with you. I am delighted and honored beyond your knowing to be able to connect with you in this cosmic moment.
Thank you. And to everybody watching, thank you so much for your presence. I think this is one you might want to watch more than once, or even I want to put headphones on and just listen a few times to continue to open up into this beautiful frequency. And I do this work because we are a community of light ascending together. And this is a way that we can all come together and have these experiences and know that we don't have to do this alone. We are truly all connected. And so with that, I thank you all. Please go to the Facebook page and let us know, how was this for you? What did you learn? What was your experience of that beautiful activity of light? And anything else you want to share. We're always open to hearing, and I love your comments and feedback. And so with that, have a beautiful day or night wherever you are, and namaste.